And I think we'll go ahead and flip on the AI too, if it'll let me. Is it going to come up? No, I guess not now. Oh, yeah, there it goes. Okay, where's the AI? It's not coming up for me now. Oh, well, we'll leave it without that. We found a new feature that does transcribing for us on these things, which is really nice. So, anyway, okay, well, we're going to go right ahead here and get started. So, we're going to talk about quiz training today. And we've already touched a little bit on some of our groups, but main thing for quizzes, you're going to get some really good engagement from it. The first one I put up, I've gained a number of leads out of it. It went very quickly at first. Now it's kind of slowed down a little bit. So I think it's important you keep a fresh quiz going because, like anything else, if people see it enough, then they don't want to do it. So I'm going with a new quiz now, and I figured while I was doing it, I'd just bring some people along with me. So anyway, but you gain a lot of valuable data. So you can ask a specific question that's going to give you some insight into this person, depending on what it is you're leading them to. You're going to get some cheap leads out of it. It's got some high conversions and fast results. Um, and you'll be able to review this stuff as we go through. Anyway, what's your quiz about? That's the next thing is you really need to think about what your quiz is going to be about before you even get started. You've got to kind of think of it and, think of it in terms of that 1-7 habit of highly effective people. You got to start with the end in mind. Where do you want to take your quizzee to? So you start with that, 3 to 5 topics that you want to deal with in it, and um, what's one of your best selling topic areas. So you want to focus on one area that you're taking them to. So then as you go on down, where is it leading? So the thing is, you're going to divide these people up into buckets or into categories. So where are you taking them to? So, and you'll see kind of as we go on in my case where I've taken them, but are you taking them to a webinar, a book, a discovery call, an offer of some kind, and you're going to handle that in the results. Okay. So, you don't get salesy at all in the early end. It's just asking questions. It's just being real nice. And you don't even ask for an email till after they've taken the quiz. So, so each bucket will have a results page. Kind of worked out funny there. Let's take that down like that. So the main thing is you're going to have a results page, a thank you page, a result overview page, and an email list in your autoresponder. So there's a lot of moving parts to this as you go on, and I'll show you how they all hook up. So different types of quizzes you can do. First, you can divide them by type. So, husband, wife, that sort of thing, or types. Killer, basically, you can kill them in a category. You can decide whether or not they're right for that category. Oh, we got Manas didn't get in. Let's get him back in here. There he should come in. So anyway, you can find it killer, or you can do a score kind of a thing on it. So, and you'll see again how that works out as we go down. Quiz title. So you want to figure out a title that's going to go along with your framework, and you'll be able to use AI to help you with that as well. And then the flow. The flow is the really important thing. Again, landing pages, question pages, results pages, customized lead capture page, and thank you pages for them. So, and let's take a look at what the flow actually looks like. Okay. So you're going to get a welcome page, and that's nothing more than just a quick page with a button on it. Say, hey, welcome to the quiz. This is what you're going to learn on the quiz, and this is why you want to take the quiz, that sort of thing. Then you're going to go to the quiz page itself, and this is really the only tricky page. The rest of them are just pages. They're just nothing more than a web page that has a button on it somewhere. Okay, so the quiz page is the important thing, is coming up with the quiz. And then you divide it into categories. Now, the first quiz I did 4 categories. Now that's more work because you could add another set of boxes out here. Okay. So I did this. And so after the quiz, you're going to go to opt in for each of your categories. So whatever categories you're taking them to. And then from there, you're going to take them to a thank you page that's designed for that. Now that's an optional thing. You can use the little pop-up thank you if you want to do that. I chose to do a thank you page. And then the other thing is you're going to take them to an email. You don't, I mean, you could take them to a thank you page and then take them straight to results, but the whole point is to capture the email. And then the results page is where you're going to give them the results of their quiz and your recommendations that lead them to whatever your product is. Okay. So if your product is, in my case, a web builder, then it's going to take them to that being the results, the results. And we'll talk about that as we go. So then let's take a look at the quiz I already built just so you can see what these pages look like. So here's your welcome page. And again, it's nothing more than a, hi, how you doing? This is what the quiz is about. Hey, this is who I am. Take the quiz. Okay. Nothing exciting there. We're not going to spend a lot of time on that. Pretty much anyone here can build that page. And if you can't, reach out to me. If you're seeing this video later and you don't know how to do that part yet, reach out to me and I can help you with that. Then you go to the quiz page. Okay. And there's a lot of ways you can make the quiz look. This is just one where you have 4 boxes to choose from. Now, the quiz I'm setting up today is only going to have 3 choices because, again, 4 boxes means an additional number of pages that you have to build. Okay, so we can eliminate that one and we can eliminate that one. And then this will be your results page. So this is your basic opt-in after the quiz. Now you have to design one of these for each category. So they can basically look the same. So once you design the first one, you're just going to duplicate them and change a few words. So it's not like you're building huge pages again and again. So your results pages are all going to look the same for each category, but they'll just say, instead of you're in this category, it's going to say you're in a different category. You're going to collect the email and send them on. Okay. So that's a real simple page. It's nothing more than an opt-in, and this is where we collect the email and separate them. Okay. So the quiz separated them into separate landing pages where you then take the email for their category. Okay. So the next page then is the thank you page. It's going to say, hey, thanks to you were in the RTG, check your email for the results. Okay. Now in the email, you're going to link them to the results page. Okay. So in your follow-up email, so that way they have to give you an email address, and it's got to be an accurate email address or they're not going to get the results. So now in the results page, I put a nice little video, talks about, hey, these are your results. This is what it means. And then you come down and congratulations. This is your results. This is what it means. So these pages are nothing exciting. They're just pages that are informational. And then as you come down, I give them suggestions. Okay, well, you're ready to go. But I'd recommend you still dial in on our mindset call, because even if you're ready to go, the mindset will help you. And, these are places where you can get help with what you're going to do. So that takes them to potential products. Okay. So that's where you deliver your products to them. And then you can, of course, go into who you are, why they should listen to you, that sort of thing. What happens next? You follow these things. So basically, these pages are really simple. The main thing we're focusing on is going to be the quiz page. So I'm going to go down and show you how to build the quiz page. Now let's take a look also the emails. Okay. When you do the emails, since you're breaking them into 3 categories, you have to create 3 lists. So if I go to that particular quiz, here's my 4 lists for the quiz we were just looking at. The ready, not ready list, the ready to go list, etc. So this time for the one I'm doing now, I'm going to have 3 lists, and actually they're going to be on page 1. I just set them up earlier. So they're going to be web quiz hire, web quiz. And the quiz I'm doing now is basically whether you should hire someone to build your site or build it yourself. So in this case, it'd be someone who should hire, this one who is a hybrid, who should maybe hire out some business, like maybe some video work, but they can do the setup work themselves, etc. And then this one would be somebody who could handle building it themselves. Okay. And then it will take them to a page at the end that sets them up for that. Okay. So let's take a look at it. And at the end, we'll answer any questions. And of course, you're all going to be able to reach out to me. So, anyway, the prompting we talked about, just very generally, you can prompt in a couple of ways. You can do a single prompt approach, a multi shot prompt approach. Single is where you're trying to engineer a big prompt, which is like the prompt that I gave you. A multi shot prompt approach is where you start with a question and then you build on it. Okay. You basically just want to tell them what you're wanting to achieve, and you'll be able to replay this if you want some more information. What you want to achieve, list the relevant factors. You can give it a voice, like if it's an artwork, you can say, do it like Picasso. If it is a article, you can say, write it in the form of John Grisham if you want his writing style. Instructions for output might be put it in a chart or give me a page, a web page, and I'll show you the output on that here in a second. Specific examples if you want to give an example, and these are all optional. You don't have to do these. You can do the build on thing. Okay, so let's move down. This is the prompt I did to get mine, and I just gave you both these prompts, Marion. So I said, create a 10 question quiz. So I told it what I wanted. I want a 10 question quiz to help somebody decide. So this is what my quiz topic is, to help someone decide if they would best be served by building their website or to pay someone to do it for them. And then I asked it, here are the relevant factors to consider cost, time, and skills needed. Okay. And I said, please give me 10. And so after it gave me that, I did another query and asked for the 10 catchy titles. And I kept thinking, well, what do I need for this quiz? Well, I'm going to need a welcome page. So I asked it for a welcome page. I asked it to create a results page for me. I asked it to create a thank you page for me. I've engineered that into one thing. It should create all those pages for you in the order you actually need them for building the quiz. All you got to do is put in a topic and your relevant factors. Plug it into Chat GPT or your preferred AI, and it should give you results like this. Let's see, here are my results that I got. So right off the bat, it gives me all the questions, all the question answers. And when we get into the widget, you'll see you have to weight the answers in order to make it give results. So nice thing at the bottom, it also gives you the weighting for each answer and the results it will give you. So it gives you everything you need. All you're now going to do is plug it into a page. It's really that simple. You don't have to think anymore about what the questions and answers are or anything. And literally, that's the hardest part of coming up with the quiz. Down here, I asked it for catchy titles. It gave me some quiz titles. Um, welcome to the bill. So here's my welcome page. So I can pull all my basic stuff is going to be on that. I just got to take it over. Here's my headline. Here's what I'm going to let it say. So you're just going to take this over and plug it onto a page at this point. Let's go on down. Here's where you get the results pages. Okay. Results for the 24 to 30 point range. Congratulations, you're ready to build your own website. And then it goes on to all the rest you're going to tell them. Now you're going to have to come up with where you're leading them after that. So you're going to have to, AI doesn't do everything for you. You're going to have to go in there and say, okay, these are now my recommendations for you. Go to this tool, whatever your product is. So this will work for anything. It doesn't have to be a product that I'm working with. Okay, so here's where the second one came in. You might be benefit from a hybrid approach. Okay, so it weights it out and gives you all the things. So this will be my second results page. Okay, so we've seen what those look like. So the main thing we want to look at now is the quiz part. Up here, the quiz and the questions. Okay, and we're going to go to the website here. Now, folks, I use, and I believe most of the folks that are in here today use the HBA website tool or the HBA web builder tool. That's an amazing tool. It's far less expensive than pretty much any other web builder out there and has so many features. And I'm just going to scroll them real quick. I'm not even going to try and go over them. They've got daily masterminds, lower cost startup than any of the other ones. It's a funnel builder with hundreds of templates, and I'm going to show you some of them here in just a minute. You can build any page for anything you want. They got lower cost web hosting or domain names, everything for you. So this is just an amazing company. I'm just going to scroll it really slow so you can go back and see this stuff later because it's far too much for us to cover right now. But it's just an amazing tool, and I just love using it. And you're going to see why here in just a second. So let's go over to the website, or this is the website builder itself. So this is actually my links page that I was just rebuilding. Um, when you're in the builder, these are all individual web pages that I've built inside the builder. So you have unlimited pages that are allowed. You can do any kind of page you want. I just showed you the first pages of my original quiz, which is right here. I showed you this page, this page, this first page of the things. I didn't show you the other three. Then I showed you that one. So anyway, those were all the pages we looked at in the quiz. My break things there. So that's the end of the quiz. Um, so we're going to go down here, and at the bottom, I'm going to show you where all the templates are for this. Now, Amy Starr Allen, another thing I'll show you in a little bit where Amy Starr Allen's training is on it because it's a fantastic training. It's well worth watching. But all you do is once you go in here and you add a web page, go down here and you can go to the templates. And if you go to Amy Starr Allen's templates down here, get in there, and she has in there, come up. Oh, come on, where are we at? There they go. Just had to wait for it to come up. All right. So anyway, down here, she has the quiz templates already set up for you. So for your first quiz, I would recommend using these. I mean, granted, this first one is just a basic opt-in page, just like we talked about. You can see where I adapted it for the one I showed you earlier. Okay. You can easily build an opt-in page, but for your first one, I would go ahead and use what she's got. It'll save you time and effort. The quiz page she has right here. And I'm actually going to build a quiz page from scratch just so you can see how simple it is. But that's pretty much the same quiz page you saw that I used on my quiz earlier, just with a different background. And that's the only change really. I changed the pictures from what she had, and I changed the background colors, and that's really all I did. So that this page is very, very simple in terms of how fancy you want to make it. But the quiz widget itself is the important part. Okay. And then here's your opt-in page. Well, I don't want to just yet. I just want to look at it. Got us out of there. Amy Starr Allen templates. Load it up faster this time. So, okay, so our opt-in page is your next one. And again, that's nothing more than a page that they're coming in on. You're saying, hey, your results are done. If you want to get them, you got to go to your email. So give me your email and I'll send them to you. That's all that page is. So, and again, you could build that with any opt-in template that we've got inside of the builder. And then you've got a thank you page right here. Again, pretty simple. Just a, hey, thank you for doing it. Check your email, check your inbox for and put your email name in there, that sort of thing. And then you change the colors, change the pictures, change the background. It's now yours. So just that simple. And then the quiz breakdown results, which again is the same one I just showed you. There's your results. Put a nice little video in there, and then you go down and talk to you more about it. You're going to need at least one email, and that's to send them the initial email saying, hey, here's where your results are. Go to this link and take them to this page. So you're going to need at least one email in your responder for each category. After that, if you want, you can just take them over to your daily blast email, or you might set up 2 emails so they get one follow-up afterwards, and then take them over to your daily blast. Either way you want to do it. And that's basically your finishing page. So this is where you're going to give them all your recommendations and so forth. So, and we'll accept cookies there. So anyway, I'm going to build one from scratch though, just for, and we're going to do the quiz page here because the other ones obviously are pretty basic. Now, if you're new to this builder, folks, there are templates for actually absolutely everything you might want to do. For instance, just an opt-in page. I mean, here are all the templates you could use for opt-in pages. They've got them with videos, without videos, with timers, whatever you want. If you want to make a limited time offer, opt in the next 48 hours, there it is right there for you. Change it around to your colors, make it yours. Um, I've used this one right here a number of times. It's a very basic starting one. You can change it around for whatever you want. So anyway, those are all available to you, but I need to go to uh, just a blank page. We're going to start one just absolutely from scratch. So I'm going to go to an empty page and we're just going to call it test quiz. Pop it right in there and just add it. Okay. So basically we got a blank piece of paper right now. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to grab the quiz survey widget. Okay. Pop it over here. Oh, come on now. I needed to pop it in higher there. Gotta stick it in the yellow. There we go. So there it is. There's your widget right there. So that's the main thing. Now you'd probably want to put, a uh, nice headline above it, right there, you know, test quiz. All right. Or actually, and here's where you get to go. And here's where it starts getting really easy because now we've got to build out the rest of the page for however we want it to be. So we're going to go to my results right here. And I'm going to close out a few more of these things because I just don't really need them at this point. We might keep the flow open. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay. That way we won't get hung up while we're working with the builder. I can get rid of this one too. All right. So here's my results page. So question 1, how comfortable are you with technology? First I should have a headline like we talked about. So there's my headline right off the bat. Again, and it gave us more headlines when we queried it later, but you can use a different headline. Obviously, headlines can be switched out. So we'll just copy that and take it over here and make it our headline. Boom. Now, obviously, you can pretty this all up later. We're just going to talk about the mechanics right now. So down here is our quiz. Okay. Now we're going to start by just clicking on here. We've got to start manipulating the quiz. So we're going to start by editing the fields. All right. So we want to see the step name. So first step name, we're going to want, and I'm doing 10 questions. And there's a couple things we're going to do differently here. So for starters, the steps are your questions. Okay. So for my first question, I'm just going to go down here and get how comfortable are you with technology? Copy it and pull it right over here. And it's going to go right in here. And we go to edit the fields. These are your answers. Okay. Now change that. Step heading, and this is going to be your question. So you're going to want the question as the description. The way I did it, you can actually do it either way. I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to put question 1 here. And you'll see why I did that here in a second, because now it says question 1 and how comfortable are you with technology? It puts it right in there for me. Now, obviously, I'm probably going to bold it up and make it a little more prettier as we go, but let's continue on with the mechanics. So here's my answers. So answer 1, boom, copy. To website, paste. And you know what I forgot to do before I did this? Let's go into settings. And I actually, right, circle box field style. Oh, where is it? I don't want the box style. I want, let's just make it easy. I'm going to add a step. New step is going to be question one, or call it question one. Because I want this to be a radio button, edit fields. All right, add fields. Now I got to tell it what kind of field I want. And I want it to be, you can make it a text field or any kind of field you want. Mostly you're going to use check boxes or the boxes like I started with, but I like radio buttons. I think they look prettier. And so let's go with that. And back to here, edit fields. And I'm actually going to get rid of the ones that they gave me to start with and work with my own fields because it's a little easier. All right, so question one, back to where we were. We're going to start with how comfortable are you to build coding? Technology, copy, paste. Question one, paste, edit fields. Again, go here and it says question one, but I'm going to put that in there, paste. There, that puts it up here for me. Now we're going to put my answers in. So you see, once you get going on this, it's repetitive 10 times over. If it's a 10 question, obviously, if it's a 5 question one, it's repetitive 5 times over. That's going to go right in here. Let's see, paste, boom. All right. And then again, we talked about the weighting on the points. So if you look down here again, we talk about for every A answer, it's 3 points. For every B answer, it's 2 points. For every C answer, it's 1 point. So while we're in there, we're going to go ahead and weight put that one at a 3 because that's your A answer. That one at a 2. That one at a 1. So you can see how it weights them out to go into the different boxes based on the number assigned to the answer. So now I'm going to, and this radio button here, you can see where that comes up here. You can put whatever you want in there. You know, you can say check the answer or whatever. I actually just took it away. I didn't like it. So, and there it went. And now we're going to go to the next question. Back up there. And, or the next answer, I should say, or answer choice might be the best way of putting that. You know what? Cynthia is trying to get in. Let's get her in here. It's never got in. I admitted him a couple times. All right. Paste. Let's go to the third answer here. Hi, Cynthia. If you're there, love that you're here. You'll be able to catch what we've already done in replay once I get it up for you. So anyway, there's our third answer right there. Okay, and that's pretty much done. That's how you set up a question right there. So now that if I was to go live online, well, hang on, let's save it first. So if I was to take that live online now, come on, take me there, boom. That's how it would look right now. Obviously, I'm going to make it a lot prettier, put pictures behind it, all that neat stuff, but that's how it works. And so each question you'll do that and it'll go to the next one. So right now it obviously only has one. So we got to go back and give it some more questions, but that's how simple it is to set it up. And so let's just go to another question here. And let's add another step. And we're going to say that is, actually, that would be question 2. Righty. And we'll go to our fields. Tell it we want it to be a radio button or a checkbox or what, again, whatever you want it to be. Play around with those, make them look different. You can make the different questions look different. You can make question one a radio checkbox or a radio button. You can make question two a checkbox. In fact, let's do that. Okay, we'll make that one a checkbox. So it's basically the same thing as a radio button. Um, but anyway, let's make them all radio buttons. But anyway, they're basically the same thing. Again, we're going to put our question in there. So question two. And obviously, I'm not going to sit here with you and do all of these because it would take us all night. But let's put question two right there. See, so this time it came up and said checkbox instead of radio button. Again, I don't want it to say that, so I'll just take that out of there. I just got myself out of there. Edit fields, editing question two fields. All right, now we'll get our answers. And I'm just going to do one and two for right now, and I'll take you over and show you the one I'm working on. Because obviously you'd spend all day watching me copy and paste things over, and that's not a whole lot of fun, nor is it necessary. So let's get over here. So let's get question two. There we go. All righty. Yeah, let's do question three real quick. We'll put that in there. Okay, so now that will have us with the two question quiz now. So if I were to save it and then take us to the internet, we'd have question one. We'll answer that one and move forward. Question two. And now it's going to thank us because it's only a two question quiz. So anyway, now the next step is how do you manage the questions once they come in? How do you get it to go into the different boxes? Now, again, we talked about the weighting, and I didn't actually weight question two yet, did I? So you would take that to three, this one to two, this one to one. Again, the AI gave you the weighting for it. See, the first time I built a quiz, that was one of the toughest parts for me was figuring out how to weight everything. Well, if AI is going to give you the answer to that, I don't have to tax my brain with it. So that's basically question one and two. Now let's talk about how we manage them. Okay. So once we're in here, we edit fields. And if we go down, you see manage quiz results. Okay. So go to the settings for that. Now here's where you decide whether or not you take them to a page, which I'm doing, or you can have them just get a little thank you box pop up, which is fine too. And it's just going to say, hey, thank you, watch your email uh, for the page, basically. Or actually, we have to do an opt-in at this point. So it's probably best to do a page because you're going to collect the opt-in here. If you collected your opt-in earlier, you could probably go to just a little thank you pop-up. But I'm going to a direct page, and I'm going to weight this first one. So this is question one here. And again, we've got three questions that we're weighting. And if we go back to these results down here, it tells you exactly how to weight them. So 24 to 30 points. So this first one is going to be 24 to 30. And the second one is going to be 15 to 23. 23. So you see how this is weighting out based upon the numbers people select. It's going to give them a score because we assign score levels to each question. So that's how it figures out what bucket or what category they belong in. And so 10 to 14 was the last one. 14. All right. Okay, so 10 to 14 is my last one. Now I'm going to a redirect page or a page redirect. So I'm taking them out to the thank you page that I'm creating for them. Um, so now, next funnel step. Okay, this is for my category A's. They're going to go to um, results page, which we haven't created yet, so you can't hook it up yet. But it would go to the results page for that category. And you would also at that time hook it up to an email. So I'm going to take you over to the one now. We're going to put it in the oven and we're going to take it out a little more finished. Um, I'm going to take you over to the one I've been working on. So let's just save that so we don't lose what we were working on. And I'm going to take you over to the one I'm doing right now, which is with this quiz that we're doing. So I've got a number of steps further ahead that I'll be able to show you. So, for starters, we have the website quiz. So there's page one for you. And I'm just going to pop them all up here so that we can see them as we go. And then we'll spend a little time on the quiz page at the end. So that's my page one. Let's talk about the quiz page because here's the questions. Now, I may change the prettiness around of this, but I'm not real happy with the darkness of it, so I'm going to tweak that a little bit. But here it is. There's your questions, and it continues on. And if I go here and I don't get down here in the quiz section, there we go. So if I go down here and we go to the manage, you can see where I've got it all managed out. And then I've hooked it up to my next funnel step, which is the thank you page for category one. Okay. And I'll show you that in a second. And then as you're doing that and you hit select, where is it? That's later in the process. Sorry. So anyway, you hook it up to your next page. So basically the page one, page two, page three, these are your thank yous saying now go to your email and it's going to take you to the results page. Okay. So that's basically all this part is. You've categoried them out, you've sent them over to a thank you page, and then that thank you page is going to get the opt-in. Okay. So now we're going to show you the next page there. So we've sent them now over to a thank you page, which is going to be your opt-in page. So those three categories at the bottom connected to a page one will be a page two and a page three. I haven't created those yet because I have to, again, completely do section one first, and then you'll duplicate your pages for section two and section three. If you duplicate them beforehand, then you have to change multiple pages, which is a pain. Okay, so here's going to be my opt-in then. So now I categorized them out, and they're going to go over. Oh, hang on, stay and save. No, I don't need to do that. I'll save anyway. So the next thing you're going to go into an opt-in page. Of course, it's at the very bottom of all my pages. So the opt-in page then would be your next step. So again, just like you saw in the other quiz, I haven't really changed these around yet, but it's connected to this first one. And when you're setting this one up, of course, is when you would, I'm sorry, in this section, connect it to your email. Okay. So down here, you're going to connect it to your get response. And you'll see I've got it connected to the first section of that. And actually, it's still connected to the page that it's from the old one. I should be connecting that to yep, that one. And get rid of that. So now it's connected to the right place. So that's how you connect each one to the email. So the next page, once I complete this page, I'll duplicate it for the next answer and I'll connect it to that email. And then I'll duplicate it again for the third answer and connect it to that email. Okay. And again, any questions on this, just reach out to me with a message and I'll be happy to help you through any of this. Okay. So then the last step, again, we've got their email. We've sent them their email from the autoresponder that says now click on this link and it will take you to the finishing page. And that's the page that, again, I haven't done all these yet, but there would then be the results page. Oh, actually, I'm forgetting the thank you page. After you collect their email, you would then take them to a thank you page that will look something like that. I'll discard it, change anything. So there's a thank you page. It's going to say check your email for details, look for an email from your email name. Excited to share results with you. That's a nothing page. You're going to just duplicate it 3 times and connect it to the 3 different answers. Okay. So then the answer pages will differ a little bit. So then from here, they're going to go to their email and they're going to get the connection to the last page of it. And that is going to be your quiz results page. Okay. And again, I haven't done this part yet, but that's going to change for the website building instead of this page. And I'll be recording a new video for that. And this will all change. But again, you have all of this set up for you right here. So, you know, once you get down past, so there was all your congratulations, you're ready to build. So here is all your copy for those next pages. It's already written them for you. Again, you're just going to copy and paste and build a page. So here's your results for that level. Hiring a professional is your best choice. There's your headline. Here's your sub headline. Here are the reasons why you probably want to hire one, because, you know, so it's all right there for you. You just have to build it into a nice page. So very simple. The AI is doing all the work for you. You could build a bunch of these just by coming up with different topics and different criteria and then plug them into a new widget. The one thing I have not tried yet that I think will probably work, just like you can do with a schedule page, I would imagine you could plug that widget right into any page you're building. So if you had a page where you were bringing them down and say, hey, do you want to take a questionnaire about it? Boom. So you could do that with it. So those are future things I'm going to work with, but this is the basic mechanics. So go ahead and run the AI for your quiz and start plugging stuff in. And if you get stuck, just reach out to me and we'll go from there. So any questions that I can answer, feel free to, you know, open up. I'm going to unshare here. And if there's any questions, I'll be happy to answer them now, or we can reach out later and do it that way.
Well, Stu, thank you very much. I can see that AI prompt is like gold. It's golden.
Does most of the work for you, doesn't it? It really just sets it all up. Everything else is copy and paste. That's just time consuming. You know, you could hire a VA to do that for you, really, if you wanted to. So, you know,
how much time do you think you're saving yourself by
with the
using
AI?
the AI prompt?
The first quiz I put together, probably took me, oh gosh, it took me a month. So total hours, probably 20 plus. This one I've probably, with the AI prompt, I've probably got maybe 3 or 4 hours into it so far. And most of that's manipulating the looks of pages. So, you know,
Yep.
so it's really simple. Yeah. Yeah. Happy to have you. Yeah.
Thank
No,
you
I
so
mean,
much. I think this is a very advanced for me. So I'm just trying to absorb one day at a time.
yeah, it may be yet, but I can definitely help you with one as you get ready. Most of it is just page building. So it's really pretty simple. And again, the AI is doing all the work. So for you, it might be making it a question about which health choice is right for you. And, you know, the 3 reasons why you might want to make the choice that's best, you know. So it could easily be adapted to your health business. So
yeah, I'm gonna get in there one day. I'm trying.
oh, yeah,
Right
no,
now. Yeah,
one
step at a time.
Exactly. But you know, once you've built a couple pages, you'll realize this is really pretty easy. So,
Okay. Sure.
it's not that hard. Most of it, like you saw, most of it was cut and paste, cut it here, paste it here. So, and really that's, and then, you know, put a pretty picture behind your page kind of thing. You know, that's all it is. You know, make a parallax so it slides up. That's
yeah.
So that's all
Okay.
just design. The technical part of designing the quiz is really the most important part. So
Thank you very much, Stu.
Hope it was helpful to you. And again,
Yes.
reach out if you have any questions at all. I'll be getting a replay up a little later today, so you'll be able to look from
Yes.
that. So, okay.
Thank
Have a
you.
great day, folks. Take
All
care.
right. Bye-bye.
Bye.